and what is it like tomorrow? Tomorrow's election day, so everybody's in expectation of what's gonna happen, right? So we'll see. There's a lot of things happening lately. We were in expectation of what's gonna happen also with the real estate market. It has changed as we know it. We're dealing with a new real estate market, but
I can barely hear.
you can't hear me,
Barely.
Steve. Can you
It's
hear me?
just me. I don't maybe just me.
Yeah, you might have to turn your speakers up, Rob. I think I.
Yeah, I did. I just did. Okay. I can hear you fine, Steve. I just couldn't hear Dana.
I hear you nice and well. I got you. Today's topic has to do with finding balance in real estate. Now, the reason why I put this topic together is because, interesting enough, I saw a posting this weekend of a real estate agent that she's definitely a hustler, no doubt about that, and she has my respect. But this one posting, it caught my attention, and she made a great point, and I feel like a lot of agents might feel this way, and might relate, and somehow some way, and it has to do when what she mentioned is that life as an entrepreneur is not, it's not easy, right? We don't have a 9 to 5 job. That means that we have to hustle. We have to do a lot of things, work around the clock and stuff like that. But sometimes we tend to work to the point where we're super tired, we're super stressed, and that's not good either. In fact, that's not even a good look for the life of as an entrepreneur. Because if you started a business, actually you started a business because you're passionate about helping people, you're passionate about what you're doing, the skills you bring into the table. But overworking yourself to the point of no return, now that's a different story. And that's what we want to avoid. That's why I'm putting this training together, finding balance in real estate, and why it's so important to find balance in this business. Real estate, as you know it, is a demanding business. It requires you to be on call at times and often to work nights and weekends. So it's not surprising that many of us get burned out and ultimately decide to pursue another path. And that's not what we want. If you don't have a healthy work-life balance, real estate, it can actually hinder your performance. It doesn't matter how much love or how much you love real estate and that you don't mind working weekends or late into the night. It's been proven that people who lack the proper work-life balance are less productive than those who keep their careers in check. In fact, studies have shown that working more than 50 hours per week dramatically affects your performance. And these studies have also shown that working too many days without a day off has the same effect in you. So, working too much puts stress on your mind and your body. That stress can bleed into your work life in various ways. For one, it hinders your time management skills. When you have too much work to do and not enough time to do it, the quality of your work suffers big time. You rush through tasks that you should be taking care of and you should need to complete. For example, um, if you're with us, we have this system called I'm gonna go off topic, but we have this system called back agent. When you're doing a transaction, it's so important to keep track of your transaction, the documents you're signing, and put it in a system that at the end of the day you're getting paid for it. So you don't want to leave it all the way to the end just to get paid. You want to do that from the beginning. So if you're working yourself and your quality is not the same, what's gonna happen with the other stuff, the stuff that your task that you really need to take care of? You're gonna lack in that aspect. So it will affect your focus and cause you to fail to stay on task effectively. People that work so much to the point of stress are extremely forgetful. That's another thing. If your mind is cluttered, you can't possibly do your best work, right? So this also puts strains on your relationships with clients and coworkers. And here are some, today I'm gonna give you some tips on balancing your personal and professional life as an agent. So let's dig right in. So number one, or the first suggestion I have would be to have a reasonable expectations and set attainable goals. Have reasonable expectation and set attainable goals. Now, like I said at the beginning, we're like at the end of the year, we have a lot of stuff that we want to accomplish. Our mind is going at 100 miles an hour. So now is to really set attainable goals and have real expectations about it. So what does that mean? It means that you need to maintain balance, or maintaining balance has a lot to do with the expectation you set for yourself. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't set your bar high, but if you put too much on your plate and put pressure on yourself to achieve it all, you might want to dial it back. So let's put it as an example. Let's say you set a goal of 200 calls, or better yet, 200 cold calls a week. Is that goal really going to make a positive impact on your business? Think about it. Would you be better off finding an easier, more effective prospecting tactic? Overworking often happens when we aren't working smart. So prioritize which goals or and tasks will do the greatest amount of good for your business and for yourself. So we recommend a technique called warm calling over traditional cold calling. Some of you might be, what is cold calling? If you're especially new in real estate, well, cold calling is when you're calling people that you don't know. So what is warm calling? It's the opposite. Warm calling, it's involves sending or giving your lead something of value before you make the call in order to establish a connection and gain the respect. It makes a big difference. So this can be a helpful pamphlet that you send them, or a home value report, or an offer for free real estate photos, or free marketing if you're trying to get a listing from a for sale by owner. Working while tired, this is the point, and burned out can be just as unproductive as not working at all. Essentially, it's a waste of your time. So managing your clients or going on listing presentation, it's not really what we're talking about here. It's everything else that you set out to do each given week. So prioritize. My other point will be to set aside 2 days off each week. Set aside 2 days off each week. A lot of agents often, they end up working 7 days a week pretty frequently. Even if you aren't working a full 8 hours each of those days, dealing with and thinking of work every day of the week will still wear you out. Your mind needs a break. Your days off don't have to fall on the weekend. That's another thing. It doesn't have to fall on the weekend. Since you probably need those days for open houses and showings, like Yvette was pretty busy this weekend on Sunday. Co-workers and clients will understand if you aren't working during the week because you have presentation on a Sunday and plan on working 8 hours in. When you're off, you're off. Use your time right. Don't go into the office unless you can avoid it. And don't answer any calls or emails unless you're absolutely, they can't wait. My other point will be to take some breaks during your work days. Take some days during your work days. Working 5 hours in a row or longer without a break is not constructive. You need to take a break or reset during the day. Now that means that you should take at least half an hour with no interruption, no taking calls or answering emails. Take a full break with no real estate business. Unplug yourself. If you're on a break but answering your phone for work, you aren't really taking a break, are you? On the other, one of the other benefits of being a realtor is that you make your own schedule. That's the beauty of it. That's why a lot of us decided to jump into this business. But make sure you take 15 to 30-minute breaks in the mornings or in the afternoons, or a full hour lunch break. Why? Because it's gonna relax your mind and it's gonna improve your productivity throughout the rest of your day. Your breaks don't need to be at set times. All that matters is that they happen. Setting aside time to exercise, take your kids, if you have to or from school, or go out to lunch, is a great way to briefly take your mind off real estate. Me, for example, I'm always here at the office from, let's say, 9 o'clock, 8:30 sometimes, and I don't know where I'm gonna end. So for me, it's very important to take breaks in between, because that way it clears my head. When I take lunch, I usually leave the office. I don't want to answer the phones. I don't want to look at an email. I don't want to do anything. That half hour, an hour, I'm unplugging completely from business. My other point would be to end your workday at the same time each day, if possible. The best way to find balance is by taking control of your time. If you allow clients to run your day, you won't be able to control when it will end. If you set boundaries on times you're available, this won't happen. So when you first meet them, and let's put this as an example. Tell them that you return calls or emails after 5 or 6 or whenever you prefer to be done working for the day. Say you return calls during the week within 24 hours or whatever you do, just set time specifically to answer the calls or emails or get on the phone with them. My other point is there's a little thing on your phone that is do not disturb. So that's my point. Put your phone on do not disturb if you're tempted to answer calls or emails on your off days. Your phone, like I said, has this little setting to use for a reason. So many people, not just realtors, say they won't think about work on their day off, but they end up looking at emails or making non-urgent calls, etc. Now, obviously, you can use this feature all the time. Aspects of your job are urgent, and you need to be reachable when you're juggling a lot of clients and trying to close deals. So you can use that little feature also, just a hint. My other point will be to find a hobby outside of real estate. Finding a hobby outside of real estate. Even if real estate is your passion, you still need something else to let that passion breathe from time to time. So find something that has absolutely nothing to do with your job. Okay, you'll feel like you're always working if real estate stays on your mind through your days off or even during your breaks during the day. This is a way to ensure that it won't. So find something that you like and then do it. Another one of my favorite, is plan vacations way ahead of time. Plan vacations way ahead of time. Many agents talk about going on weekend trips or eventually they take a week off for a long break, but most don't get around to actually going. And the way to avoid this happening is to book and plan your vacation or vacation months and months in advance. This way, you can back out and get bogged down and work when the time comes. If you purchase an airline ticket or event ticket, you've already invested your time in this vacation. So everyone needs time away from work to stay productive and not just at home on the weekends. One thing I learned actually from a friend of mine is to take small trips. Usually I don't take a whole week, maybe I do one out of the year, but I've learned to take either long weekends or short weekends in a row to just take off, unplug, and disconnect. That helps me a lot. But when you plan trips far in advance, you can also alert any clients or potential clients to your plans and let them know you'll be out of touch. So that's the point of all this. The point of this training, or why I put this together today, is that the importance of finding balance in real estate. This is a business that you can easily get stressed out. And we don't want that for you guys. In fact, we want you guys to set goals that are attainable, they're realistic, and you can reach them, especially for the remaining of this year. Again, guys, we have 2 more months to end it. We want to end it strong. We want to end it on a positive note. This year has been chaotic. It's been unprecedented. And we have to learn to adapt. We had to pivot or the way we were conducting business. But that doesn't mean that we need to stop. It just means that we need to do more of what's working. Let's take advantage of the next 2 months. So my question for you is, what are your goals? And this, I don't need an answer. This is for you to think about it. What are your goals to end the year strong? What were your goals at the beginning of the year? You needed to pivot at one point because of COVID. But one of the trainings we had is we had to get rid of whatever goals we had set for ourselves at the beginning of 2020, pivot our business and to know what are we going to do moving forward. A lot of you guys took advantage of that and you're killing it. Well, what are we going to do for the remaining of 2020? How are we going to end the year strong? The other question is, are you setting your goals for 2021 already? Are you setting your goals for 2021 already? Don't wait until December. Don't wait until January. Learn what happened this year. Analyze what transpired in 2020 and set your goals for 2021 now. Right? Don't wait, guys. This is very important. Don't wait. Set your goals already. Analyze them so you can move forward, end the year strong, but start the new year even stronger. Don't be left behind. Okay. So those are the stuff I wanted to share with you guys today for Mindset Monday. We are taking action. We are making sure that you guys are staying trained. We're making sure that your mindset is right. We're bringing a lot of trainings, a lot of tools for you guys to succeed. I know Steve is having a training this week. Are you finally gonna do it on Tuesday, or are you gonna do it on Thursday?
Yeah, yes, Daylon. Speaking of that, tomorrow we have, Thursday, we have some Chime training, 103 landing pages. We're going to be going over landing pages in our Chime CRM and IDX website. So make sure everybody signs up for that at www.brokernation.events. It's posted up there, 10:30 on Thursday. We have a lot of agents that are really taking advantage of our Chime technology and doing very, very well. So make sure you guys do too. Most of our Broker Nation agents are on the system, and we want to make sure that everybody is using it to build their business, especially going into the new year.
Sure. So, all right. So why is it important to make sure we attend that training, Steve?
I think it's important because landing pages are a way to generate leads. And the one thing that we all want more of is leads. So if you are focused on lead generation and you want to maybe do some Facebook ads or some Google ads or just some social media that you're doing, you need a place to send the traffic to. And a landing page is really designed to convert, meaning that there's all kinds of tripwires and ways to capture the lead in there. And it's very focused on capturing the lead and getting it into your database so that you can nurture it. And in answer to your question, Daylon, it's important to participate in all of these trainings because we want you guys to be up to speed with all of our technology, everything that we're doing here at Broker Nation, and to be able to compete and build your pipeline, a consistent, dependable pipeline over time.
Excellent. One thing, if you guys joined us for Real Estate Friday, one of the things that I was talking about, setting up your Q4 to-do list. You guys remember that? The fourth quarter to-do list. Actually, we only have 2 months left. So one of them was to analyze your marketing. How's your website? How's your branding throughout all your social media platforms? Again, how's your website? How's your landing page? Are you capturing the right leads? Are you following up, following through, and following back with these leads that you're getting? So that's why it's important for you to attend to this trainings, but actually take notes and apply them. Because what we're gonna be going over moving forward for the remaining of this year will be to make sure that you're reaching your goal. Whatever your goals are, if you wanna, in fact, if you wanna call me, if you wanna share some of those goals with you to make sure that I'm holding you accountable for that, man, please feel free to do so. I'll be more than happy to hear what your goals are. What are you expecting to get out of the balance of this year? What can we do moving forward as a company to be able to help you and finish this year strong? And how can we start the new year even stronger, considering everything that we went through this year? So feel free to give me a call. My personal number is 305-873-4406. Again, that's 305-873-4406. Again, feel free to give me a call. You want to read your goals to me, or the goals that you have for this year and how you want to finish them, I'll be more than happy to hold you accountable. And I'll share mine with you, and hopefully we can help each other out. All right, guys, with that said, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Have a great Monday and an amazing rest of your week. I'll see you guys on the same training. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
I have a great week.
Bye, Jane. How are you doing?